happy to be here. Thank you so much for welcoming me, and that was an amazing introduction. I usually don't need a microphone, so just give me a holler if I'm shouting and it's too loud. I have a preacher voice, so. Alrighty, so first off, I want to say thank you to the Yucca Valley Center for Spiritual Living for having me here. And a special thanks to Deborah for getting me here and starting the idea in my head. Thank you for inviting me here. According to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, 1 out of every 5 U.S. adults experiences mental illness each year, while 1 out of every 20 experience serious mental illness. Unfortunately, many corporations and marketing firms pry on this vulnerability of people's mental health, leading them to believe that consuming more products will make them feel better. This is the culture of consumption that we need to change in America, at least. And it starts with mindfulness and recognizing that we have been misled into consuming products that we don't actually need. Recycle to Riches is a nonprofit organization that aims to change the culture of consumption through communication, collaboration, and community education. Our long-term goal is actually to create closed-loop physical communities right here in Los Angeles. I'm usually in Los Angeles when I say this. And these are to gradually change the microclimates around them through carbon sequestration and biodiversity. And we also want to change the culture of consumption in these communities. R2R also partners with and supports individuals, brands, and organizations that are trying to be on a sustainable journey. We invite you to learn more about our organization and reach out with any conscious consumers questions you may have. Could be anything. Is this floss sustainable? The idea of R2R actually came to me when I was taking a marketing class. And we were learning about the culture of consumption. That's what the textbook said we were learning about. I knew that this information could be actually a multi-generational guiding force for change. The culture of consumption that we're on now is currently a linear economy. It is a take, make, waste system, and it just drops off at the end. We have been on this for far too long, and we need a change. This model extracts scarce resources from our earth, exploits indigenous communities, and leaves us with forever chemicals and a whole lot of waste to deal with that we have no clue what to do with. Yep. The marketing tactics behind this scheme also feed on our mental health and well-being, as I said. Makes us feel separated, isolated, and depressed so that they can give fake solutions to our problems, when in fact the solution for this problem is the circular economy, also known as the donut economy or the closed-loop economy. So you'll hear those terms now that I've said them. This system takes only what it needs and reduces what it can. And reuses what it can, ensuring that everything it takes from the earth is put back into the earth properly. The closed-loop economy prioritizes people over profit at every single avenue of production. When you are trying to visualize the circular economy, go back to the linear economy and just picture a line. Now take both ends of this take, make, waste system and just loop them together so that everything that is created is actually reused. And it's a completely coexisting system that's closed loop like nature intended it to be. The solutions for the circular economy are actually already out there. Gray water capturing systems to name one, regenerative agriculture to name another. We just need to uplift these solutions as a community, and we also need to invest in them. That's going out to the government. However, everyday conscious consumption is really, really easy to start. It starts with mindfulness. It starts with a mental well-being. It starts with ripping away from the overconsumption scheme and only consuming products that match your values. We must ask the right questions to business owners and corporations. As Ernest Holmes once said, we need, and these are two quotes put together, so it's not exact. We need to be aware that our lives are entirely our own, and we cannot live a choiceless life. So what choices are those going to be? As we close, I want you to think about your values. Try to narrow it down to 2 or 3 that you would like to hold with you while you're consuming. The questions can come up every single time you want to purchase anything. You can start small to transition into a more mindful consumer. You are not alone, and feel free to take our Conscious Consumer Challenge that's on our website. This is where you can change one thing in your consumption habits for 30 days. Hopefully at the end of those 30 days, it is an actual habit that you have. And then also, please know that you can always book a one-on-one session with me, and we can talk about the next steps that you have on your mindful journey to becoming a more conscious consumer. And I wanted to just say another thanks for having me here. And you're not alone in this mindful community. And sorry, one second. I want to say this one last sentence. I want you all to know that as a mindful community, together we can change the culture of consumption. Thank you so much. And also one last thing, I'll have this out in the lobby, but if you wanted to scan this, it'll go right to my website. You can scan it with your phone. If you can't scan on your phone, it's just recycle2 with the number riches.org, and it's right here. It'll be out in the lobby. Thank you so much for having me.